Greetings, invaders. This is Scott here doing a check-in for my Tome Infinity and Beyond Readathon. Today I'm about 15% of the way through A Song for a New Day by Sarah Pinsker. I have the audiobook of it, and it's on my phone, which is the same phone I'm recording from, so I can't even look anything up. So yeah, I'm a few chapters in. I really dig it. So far we've met the two main characters, which I believe are running in different timelines. There's Lucy, I guess her name is. Loose Cannon is the name of her band. And she is on the road getting ready to play a show. And then we have the other character whose name I don't know because I stopped listening to it yesterday to listen to it now, but I'm recording. And she works at Wally, Super Wally. Is that what it's called? Super Wally? Like Super Walmart? Like the giant Costco from Idiocracy. And we follow her story as she's working her post-apocalyptic dead-end haptic suit, like hoodie is what they call it. I don't know if it's spelled like H-U-D, like heads-up display hoodie in the text, but in the audiobook she just says a hoodie. And she plugs into her hoodie and goes to work as a representative for Super Wally. And she gets a call from one of their clients, which is this stage lighting crazy thing, and she gets into the show. And that's about where I left it off. Is right at the end of that chapter where she, when she finishes the show, which is cool. I like the concept that they had in the concert when she plugs into it as like a virtual concert. And I think those things, like I believe those things are coming for future generations, like virtual concerts. Why not? You save travel, you save venues, space, I guess. Like those places will go out of business, but if people can just plug into a thing and be transported there, it's all like, very Ready Player One-esque. You log into your haptic suits and you go to a show and a concert, which is pretty awesome. Like, I like that aspect of it. And then the, I guess the present day aspect is where they're writing a song and then everything crashes. That's where that ended off. So I feel like I'm on the cusp right before all the good stuff starts to happen. But I really like it. I like the kind of the writing style. I definitely like the band and musician aspect of things, and the dynamic that they have, whether they're on or off stage. And then the crappy call center job and the employee who can't afford her own stuff aspect of it. So I think there's good meat in there for these timelines and these characters. I think I'm really gonna enjoy it. But that's all I got for now. The other book I'm reading, I'm like 40% through The Dark That Dwells by Matt Dignan and Ryan Roddy. And that book's really good. I really like those. I really like the factions that play here, and it reminds me a bit of Big Ship at the Edge of the Universe, where it's like sci-fi, but yet there's still like these kind of mages who have elemental type powers, and there's rangers in the book who still have this crazy high-tech bow that kind of folds up. It can expand, and then he just says the name of the type of arrow he wants to shoot, and like his quiver materializes it or something. It doesn't really say, but he just says like, shock, and then he says like fire, and then he has a fire arrow, and it just materializes and who knows what. But that book's really good. I like the characters in there. They're kind of right now in the book they're kind of fugitives on the run, and they've had a run-in with the bad guys. But the action is really great, and the pieces in the book that kind of get me is just the little tiny italicized narratives, like thought narratives from the characters. Like, he ran down the door, he saw a door locked, and it said escape hatch, and then in italicized, he goes, there you are. You like, those little commentaries where, yes, this one is it, or I can feel him getting closer, or something where it's just like you get the voice of the character's head and it spits it out on the page. I feel like, I mean, that's a very minuscule nitpick. It's good. I don't think it's necessary all the time. It just kind of throws in a like, yeah, well, duh. Of course, they're thinking that, but I don't think it's always necessary. But anyway, The Dark That Dwells, I'm really getting into that book. I think it's going to be pretty sweet. It doesn't have a very complicated plot structure, but yet there are these 5 characters who have different, classes, so to speak. And so it's kind of like a sci-fi D&D adventure action-packed thing. There's a lot of action right now. They're running through corridors and being shot at, and there's another guy that they don't know who's just mysteriously stabbing people with a blade. And then all the other guys are like, look at this, there's blade cuts in this man, and there's bullet holes all over the place, but this guy's murdered by blades. Because obviously, you always gotta have the badass who brings the sword to a gunfight and just murders everyone. So that's pretty cool. I like that point of it, that it's not just blaster weapons, but there's grenades and explosions. And Hermes is like this shape-shifting little creature that's a friend of one of the main characters, and he's my favorite, where he would just transform into a flying dragon or a lizard or a beast or a bear and just start going to town on these like crewmen of this ship, and they're like, what the bleep is that? And it just tears them apart, and they can't kill him because he's just some kind of thing. Anyway, that's my reading update for Tome Infinity. I'll do some more check-ins when I run errands and I have to drive around town. But thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're reading something good. I hope you're having a good day. I hope everyone's staying safe. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Hey guys, checking in again. So I'm about 35% of the way through A Song for a New Day. The last time I ended, I was only about 12. So right now, at the point of the book, we're at the ramp up to like the post-apocalyptic section. We're getting hints, and this part of the book is definitely a book for the times, because they've discovered this disease that's kind of locking people in their homes, no large gatherings, no concerts, don't go out in public, stay away from crowds, and things like that. And the characters in the book have created, it's the part where they're starting to write on the wall, don't forget normal, and they make a list of all the things that they don't want to forget about, like parades and concerts and malls at Christmas or in winter, and those kind of things. The don't forget normal, because they're all kind of locked up in quarantine, like everyone is now, and so they're all kind of figuring out their way. And it's about at the point where Lucy is discovering Stage Hollow Live and kind of what that part is, and Rosemary's position, she's just starting to go out on her new job, and she's met up with some people who's trying to help her get a grasp about it. So I really love the dynamic. I really love how they put Rosemary in a position where you're kind of explaining the world that's surrounding her without it being a big info dump. It's more like these people that live in the world now are explaining to Rosemary how the world works, because she's a small town girl living in a lonely world now, and she doesn't have that experience. Like, she doesn't know what a scene is, and they lay that out for her, and she doesn't know where to look to find different musicians and different bands, which I thought was a really cool way to do that, is to have the character play the part that you're feeding the narrative to the reader, all in that same scenario without losing a beat. That was cool. And I love Luce's kind of vibe and her feel as the struggling artist. And you could tell that the author, Sarah Pinsker, is a musician just by the way that she plays all these things out. And it's really great. And I love that. As a musician that had a heyday a while ago, struggling to play shows and getting paid and playing small bars. And I loved her interaction with the other guy at that bar that she had just played at. that guy who's being a real ass to her. So that was really great. So I'm really loving where this book is going. I think I'm almost, to the halfway point, so we're almost at the apex of the story, and they're describing more about this disease that's happening, and it's really getting, as I look around, I'm like, this is the book for now. This is great. So that's going really well. And now I'm making a little bit of progress through The Dark That Dwells. I'm almost halfway, yes, maybe, through this, but I just got through this big kind of fight raid scene where the bad guy kind of just bursts into the ship to capture one of the characters. And it was just a no holds bar, like, overtaking of the ship, which I thought was pretty awesome. And the fights and the chasing and the explosions and the gunfire and the battles, it felt, like that movie Raid Redemption, if you've seen that. But I'm really liking the action through this. I'm liking the characters. I still love Hermes. He's amazing. He's such a great character, but now he's kind of MIA after this all went down, and they just landed in kind of this under the sea city, and the bad guy went to his bad guy fortress, which was described. There's a winding river that fell over its side, ending in a waterfall that disappeared into the nothing below. A lush green grassland led up to the base of a mighty volcano, Corvad. It was there at the peak that the Harbinger communed with the mighty Elkos. So obviously the bad guy's evil lair is in a volcano, which I thought was clever, and as you can get. So I'm really liking this book as well. I want to keep reading it and get into it more. It's a good action-packed sci-fi with different perspectives and different characters that are all interspersed throughout the chapter. So you're cutting from scene A, chase scene of the people being chased, and then the next cut is scene B with the person who's chasing the person that you just read about being chased. And it all kind of puts the narrative really in a good flowing kind of pattern where you get to see different camera angles, camera 1, camera 2, and then the other person that's in a different part of the ship or something like that. So I'm really digging The Dark That Dwells. And so maybe I'll finish Song for a New Day by next week. Oh, you don't care, whatever. What day am I going to post this? I don't know. It'll be later after it's already finished. But those are my 2 reads for Tome Infinity and Beyond. I hope you're reading some good stuff as well. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll probably do another check-in after I finish some of these books. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you. Bye-bye. Hey guys, checking in. I just finished Song for a New Day by Sarah Pinsker. My review will be up for it shortly, I believe. I really enjoyed it. It was a really great kind of love story to the live music scene, which I miss. And it was a very good book for the times of COVID and stay-at-home orders and such curfews and those type of things, where that definitely overlays in this story. So it was really kind of like, oh yeah, we can't go to school, or my kids can't go to school anymore, and stores and shopping malls are all dying and dwindling, and so on and so forth. So it was a really great story. It has a lot of that overlaid, especially for the now. I thought it got that on the nose. I don't know when the book was written, but it really kind of portrayed that essence. And there's a whole underlying scene of kind of underground live performances, which I'm sure probably are happening today. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. My review, again, like I said, will be up shortly for this. I'm still about halfway through The Dark That Dwells, which I don't get a lot of time to read physical books. That's why I'm blowing through these audio books so fast. But thanks for watching this little vlog. I hope you participated in Tome Infinity and Beyond. If you did, let me know what books you got through down below. It's almost the end of the month, so I don't know that I'm going to get through one more. But I just thought I'd give you this update. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.